Oh, let me tell you something. Busting makes me feel good.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Blockbusting, the podcast where we love to hate the movies. I'm your host, Jay Light. Joining me today, Adam Martinez.
Hi, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. This one's been in the works for a minute. We've been talking about having you on for a while, and you came to me. This is a movie that I'm not surprised you picked, given what I know about you and your history. But it's a movie that I think a lot of people might be surprised to know that it exists.
Yes.
Because I didn't know this movie existed. I had no idea what it was. And I feel like based on my time trying to find it, they have completely tried to erase it from history. That movie is Summer Catch.
Yes, Summer Catch. It is the worst movie I've ever seen.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's like it's bad in an inexplicable way. I truly don't understand the choices that were made in this movie that led it to. It feels like it's 5 different movies.
Yes. It feels like they had 5 different people in the room and they all got their way. And then we got this absolute horrible, overacted, poorly written, just bad. It was just bad. And it wasn't like Varsity Blues where it's like so bad it's good. It's like there's a moment in the movie, I think, where you're like, oh, this could be so bad it's good. And then you see the next scene, you're like, no, this is just a waste of an hour and 45 minutes. Oh
my God. I really don't even know with the actual movie where to start. So what I'd like to do instead is, first of all, if you haven't seen Summer Catch, you're probably in the majority. Let me remind everybody that this movie existed. It's 2001 American romantic comedy film directed by Mike Tollin, starring Freddie Prinze Jr., Jessica Biel, and Matthew Lillard. The film marked Tollin's feature film directorial debut, and hopefully the last one he made. He created it's not. He made Varsity Blues and Radio and Coach Carter. He also created and produced All That, The Amanda Show, Kenan and Kel, One Tree Hill, Smallville, What I Like About You. He's a sports and teens guy.
Yeah,
basically.
Sports and teens, absolutely.
And Summer Catch is about the Cape Cod Summer League of baseball.
Yeah, real league.
I didn't know this existed, but it's a real league. It's collegiate baseball players, essentially like the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
And it follows Freddie Prinze Jr. as sort of a fuck-up baseball player.
Yep.
And he's trying to be good and also, like, date Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
But there's weird, like, there's all sorts of, it's like a sex comedy that's PG-13, but there's also this element of, like, sports, like, underdog tale kind of stuff. And then there's this weird romance shit with Jessica Biel. And then there's also, like, a classist tale going on, too, about, like, the working class landscaper and his dad are trying to, and he's, like, trying to date the rich guy's daughter. It's just all over the place, man.
It's a lot.
And you're a baseball guy. You used to play.
Yes, played in college.
Is that why this movie strikes a chord with you? Is like an additional layer of badness?
Here's why it pisses me off. Okay, because 2001, I'm 20, so I'm in that realm where I'm expecting. I saw Varsity Blues. I looked at my football friends. I'm like, damn, they got a fun teenage movie. We had Bad News Bears and then Nothing Till You're an Adult, like Major League, which are hilarious.
Right.
But then you get into this and you see it coming, and at that time, the American Pie, everything was very 2000s. And so I got excited. Did not see it in theaters, thank God.
Thank God.
Did not pay that.
What a waste of. I mean, if it's 2001 prices, it would have been like $3. But
yeah.
Yikes.
But it would have been a waste of the money. But I'm wound up watching it, and the thing is, so my dad, baseball player, so watched a lot of baseball movies with my dad.
Right.
He walked out of that one in the living room. That's how I knew it was a bad movie. When your dad goes, just call me when it's over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, I'll try. Jessica Biel's gorgeous. You're looking at her. Freddie Prinze Jr., gorgeous. You're looking at him. I mean,
Freddie Prinze Jr. in the prime.
Oh,
look at that.
Prime of Freddie Prinze and his brooding was on another level in this movie.
Oh yeah.
There's scenes where she's talking to him about, like, she's flirting with him, and he's brooding like a vampire in Twilight. It just doesn't match. Like, nothing about this movie matches. And the fat shaming. Way to fat shame.
There's
hard
a lot of fat shaming and then fat redemption that goes on in this movie.
Full circle.
I would like to see. I mean, Leah, look at these. Look at this. Look at this. Is this the red carpet? Who is that? Allison Sweeney. I don't even know who that is. Amanda Bynes.
Before.
Amanda, what are you doing? Why are you here? Ashton Kutcher. Look at Ashton Kutcher.
Will Valderrama was in the movie, so that makes sense.
He was basically like a different variation of Fez.
Yeah, he was Fez at second base.
Yeah. All right, let's watch the trailer for this movie because I don't know. It's interesting to me, having watched the movie. I have an idea of how they probably marketed it. My guess is that they're going to really lean into the sex kind of stuff.
Okay.
And they're going to make a lot of stuff. There's probably going to be some shots in the trailer of like Jessica Biel looking hot and Freddie Prinze looking hot, and they're all looking at each other. And then there's going to be some jokes about like, oh, these college kids are just trying to bang.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens in
Good
this trailer.
voiceover, strong voiceover.
Yeah, as you do with the 2000s. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Every summer, the hottest college players in the country come here to
called
play
it.
ball.
Mm-hmm.
Real good with ball players.
Right at the top.
It's their chance to be discovered and make
There
it
you
to
go.
the big league.
Yep. Matthew Lillard whipping his shirt around the head like a helicopter.
As for me, I'm about to get my shot.
Yep. Called it.
There we go.
I grew up here.
This is
And
how
nothing is
distractingly
gonna stop me
hot
from getting
Jessica
out.
Biel is he's just
Yeah.
mowing, running over. Yep.
Brittany Murphy with a bad haircut.
Oh, poor Brittany Murphy.
Yes.
Let me introduce you to a good friend of mine. This
It's
is
a shame
Ryan
she
June.
didn't die
Done,
before this
done.
movie was made.
It's a shame she made it this far.
Kid who cuts the grass?
What else should I know about you?
We got the dude from X-Men playing her father, the villain.
Yep. Rand. Great villain name, by
Yeah,
the way.
Rand.
My name is Rand.
They put him in a sweater vest. That's a very stereotypical rich white guy thing to do. I liked it. That scene.
Listen to this trailer music.
Republica.
This is kind of a jam.
You have beautiful eyes.
Is that
I
a
will
line?
say this trailer doesn't make me want to see the movie.
No.
But I like the song. I'm feeling the nostalgia vibes.
I love her.
Oh, let's get 2 more outs, okay?
There's so
You're
much-
ruining the movie.
But
Yeah.
I like a big girl. A large,
There we go.
voluptuous, full-figured, big-boned, massive honey. Anybody got a problem with that?
Dad,
Man.
This is, Billy Brubaker, our catcher.
I'm throwing this
Nice thong.
song back on the playlist.
Thanks.
Did he just drink out of a vase?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, he was drinking out of a vase. It was a.
Oh my god. Okay. AOL keyword. Wait a minute. This is how fucking old this movie is. I forget they have AOL keywords.
Yes.
You don't Google shit. You don't have a hashtag.
No hashtags.
But you gotta have an AOL keyword.
Keyword summer catch.
I bet you probably got a personalized inbox message from Jessica Biel or Freddie Prinze Jr. if you Googled that.
Come see this movie.
Yeah, and you're gonna have a postcard of Jessica Biel in a swimsuit that's gonna take 15 minutes to load
Yes.
over your stupid dial-up connection. Okay, that trailer, it really encapsulates the movie in a way that I didn't expect, because it shows, oh, this movie is all over the place.
Yes.
It still doesn't have a regular like one singular thread. It's just kind of like, it's just going to be a goof. We're going to try and have a good time with this. But it just doesn't feel like a good time watching it.
No, and that's the thing. You go, like, you look at Varsity Blues and you go, okay, this is a similar, there's 4 stories, same guy, 4 stories going on, whatever. But then you look at this one and you're like, but they're so poorly done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the acting or the directing or what, but absolute shit. There's so much just in this movie, just absolute dog shit. And as a baseball guy, the baseball scenes were hard to watch because I'm already annoyed by a bad movie, at least can I get some realistic baseball?
Right.
And then I'm like, no, we're in a movie where Freddie Prinze and Jessica Biel are starring. We're not going to get real baseball. So in no level was I satisfied. There wasn't a good storyline there between the middle classes, the dirty dancing twist they threw in there.
Yep.
There wasn't the sports scene sucked. I like rom-coms. Like, this should be right up my wheelhouse. I'm weird.
This is not a good rom-com.
No, this is a bad. She's hitting on him the whole time, and he's playing aloof.
Right.
There's
that scene that actually I didn't even have this as one of the clips, but it's the second one. It's this is the one that we thought was the fat shaming clip. It's not that I'm saying you're fat.
Yeah.
It's so sweaty and weird the way she's just like coming on to him, and he's clearly into her. Like you saw it in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
He's so distracted by her mowing he's mowing the lawn, and also oh my God, my brain is so all over the place with like things to bring up about this movie. Like, well, there's this. Okay, so right before this, he's like trying to avoid hanging out with her because he knows he's the kid who's the landscaper's son, and she's the rich daughter, and he can't do it. But she's coming on to him. She thinks he's cute because he bumped into a birdhouse. Let's see. And this is her hitting on him. This is Jessica Biel hitting on Freddie Prinze.
It's old friends. New friends.
Well, I saw you at the game. I had to pick up Katie and I saw you there. Those outfits are cute.
And she's trying
Nice. They're nice.
to act.
trying
She's
to act and also talk about baseball.
Yeah.
Thin.
Yeah, she's doing this thing. I noticed this the last time we watched a Jessica Biel movie, which was Next. She does a lot of head acting.
Yeah.
She does a lot of nodding and like shaking her head.
It's cool.
Yeah, look,
Your whole outfit. Or uniform. That's
it's like on
what
one
it's called,
side
right?
it's overacting, and the other side is underacting, and it's like a tornado of bad acting. You've got a calm heat and a cool, and they mix. That's just not good.
Can we go back just a hair right before this kiss,
Someone
which
with fresh cut flowers
that she goes she has this line read that's just so bad. Okay, right here, yeah.
That's what it's called, right?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
That's not how anyone talks.
No.
Okay, I'm going to shut up now. It's so bad and robotic.
Wait.
This movie has me convinced that we shouldn't let hot people be movie stars.
Yeah.
We shouldn't trust hot people.
No.
They can't act. And now we've got this. Yeah, there's this weird saxophone going on, and they're taking forever to kiss.
Mm-hmm. You got like a Haitian beat and a Cape Cod
Yeah.
league. It's very weird. So like this movie, it makes no sense.
The soundtrack for this movie's all over the place.
And like, you're not walking away from Jessica Biel. That's just not realistic.
Of course.
It's just
You're never going to do that.
No.
Why would you ever walk away from Jessica Biel when she's trying to make out with you?
No.
You fucking idiot, Freddie Prinze. So, all right. So let's go into the actual plot of this movie as much as we can. The story of the movie is Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character is a baseball player who through the slowest reveal of information possible. It takes us, I think, maybe 30 minutes to find out his backstory.
His full backstory, yeah.
Which they say he starts out and he has this whole scene where he's like drunk on a baseball field, and he gets picked to play in the Cape Cod League, and the coach. He shows up and he's wearing a thong to practice because he chose to sleep with the meanest girl who didn't just wake him up on the field and just left him behind.
Yeah, couldn't nudge him. Hey, you're up.
She even says in that scene, "Oh well, I hope you wake up in time," and doesn't wake him up.
Yeah.
Oh, what a bitch. But she gets up and he goes and runs into into the locker room. He's wearing the thong. Everybody's laughing at him, and the coach is like. Pulls him aside after he has this meeting. Coach is like, "Hey, listen, I know you had a personal tragedy. I'm sorry about that." And we're like, "Well, what happened?"
Yeah.
And then maybe 5 scenes later, you keep sprinkling in little bits of stuff, and then they're like, "Well, we're sorry, things have been weird since your mom died."
Yeah.
Why does it take us that long to figure it out?
It's like a good mystery novel where they peel back layers over the course of 2 hours. Only it's not a mystery novel. It's a rom-com.
That's the problem too. Is it's not even like it's like an Encyclopedia Brown book, where like all you had to do is you turn the book upside down and you can see what the answer is. But they're just like, we're gonna try and be coy. We're gonna try and drop hints.
Yeah.
This is not a hint dropping movie.
No, you don't need to do that.
Clearly, throughout the whole rest of the movie, everything else is played on its face for what it is.
It's like watching a second go round of an improvised scene.
Yeah.
Like they're not quite into where they're talking to each other like humans yet, but they're getting the agenda through.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like with watching a lot of this movie.
There's a lot of, it's not human. I mean, there's obviously a lot of problems with the writing and the directing of it that lend it to both sound and feel like it's not real human interaction going on.
I will not blame either Freddie Prinze nor Jessica Biel.
No, I won't.
Or
either.
Matthew Lillard. Damn it.
I still don't think I haven't seen Jessica Biel do anything good, so I will squarely place some blame on Jessica Biel. But it's not all her fault. It's not all her fault. I loved Matthew Lillard and Freddie Prinze were both in. They were both in Scooby-Doo, right?
Yeah.
Loved him in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Fun times. Jessica Biel, not in Scooby-Doo.
Not in Scooby-Doo. That's true. I'm seeing a pattern here.
I enjoy Matthew Lillard. I enjoy Freddie Prinze. I even enjoy Jessica Biel as human beings, but they are not in this movie
good
used
at all.
potentially.
No.
They're so bad throughout the whole movie. And then so we keep getting distracted from this baseball narrative.
Yeah.
Which the whole story is he wants to go into the major leagues.
Yeah, he wants to go to the bigs from the Cape League.
Right. And we keep getting all these little tidbits thrown in of all the other baseball players who were there that summer, like being too cool for school. Like they have that one guy who has like the crazy Super Saiyan
and the stupid
hair.
glove you can't use in a game. By the way, you can't use that glove. If you watch this movie, I'm sorry, but if you watch this movie and you see the glove he's wearing, you can't use that in a game. It's like a Little League glove.
We should put that as the blurb on the DVD release. If you watch this movie, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So he's using the wrong glove, and he's also talking about being this superstar pitcher. We almost never see him pitch the entire movie.
We see him pitch twice.
Yeah. But he's like this hot shot. They're like, oh, the Dodgers offered me $2 million.
Yeah.
Should have taken it.
Yeah, you absolutely should have. I'm holding out for 500,000. That was even the negotiating was terrible. I'm going to hold out for $500,000 more. You have $2 million on the board. Take the $2 million.
So dumb. I can't believe that there's all of the people. Again, the people in here are not acting like real people would.
No,
especially not the closest thing we're doing is getting to where they're acting like teenagers, where they make dumb decisions and they don't think things through. Yeah, wait a second. I want to see this. When is it coming out? This is 3 years ago. Wait, what are the replies to this comment thread on YouTube? This is from the trailer comments. Haha, this is an older movie. It came out in either 2004, 2005, 2001, actually. And then the last comment just says, películas? Spanish. It's crazy. It's how bad are you that at the internet that you know YouTube exists, but you have no knowledge of AOL? You don't understand what AOL keywords mean. My God. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, he's a pitcher.
He's a pitcher.
He gets kicked out of 2 schools. You find that out throughout the course of this long drawn out
time because he keeps getting distracted by women and booze.
Women and booze.
And that's his vice. I get that. I identify with that.
Yeah.
I've been there. What young man hasn't been there?
He also the acting with he acts like a child when he gets mad. He like literally goes, huh, and then runs out of the room, the bar, wherever. Right. It's very weird.
Yeah,
it's just a very weird thing. I'm like, I don't know adults. Like, I knew some idiots in college, but even then, like, man, you don't get that successful at a sport being that guy,
right? And that's the thing too, is he is the architect of his own demise. And they bring this up in the movie a lot. Like his dad and his brother both say like you're
but not his mom.
It all up because his mom's dead.
His mom's dead. They released that late.
Yep. We find out that his mom's dead like halfway into the movie.
Yes.
Way too long. I think it takes a solid 45 to an hour before we find out that his mom is dead.
Just slide that in there.
They just slide don't know what it is.
And they're not even like big about not like your mom is dead. They're just like, I know you lost your mom.
Which I'm fine with if you lay that out early on.
Yeah. Put it out early.
Throw it out super early. You can have your coach be like, listen, I know it's been tough since your mom died. You don't have to say, I know it's been tough since the personal tragedy that you have suffered earlier in your life.
Yeah. I know
I'm
what happened
going to
with you there.
Stop talking now. Okay. It's so okay. I would like to see midway through the movie, stuff starts to happen where he's losing his mojo, some shit's going down, but then we keep getting distracted and cutting away to all of this stuff involving the other people, other baseball players like fucking that doesn't make sense. So there's this whole subplot where Wilmer Valderrama's character, the second baseman, Danny Rodriguez, I think is his name. What's his name in this movie? Mickey Dominguez. Sorry, that's just my racism coming out there. Mickey Dominguez shows up, and he has been living with his house mom. We know the whole time is like a
Super
fucking cougar.
Yeah.
And she keeps having like a rotating cast of all of the baseball players coming through, and then she keeps trying to fuck him the entire movie, like from the jump. And he's a little boy who's too scared, and and eventually.
Who goes to Arizona, by the way, and is a D1 athlete his whole life.
Yeah.
Never. What is he, Tim Tebow?
He also he doesn't look like a D1 athlete.
No, none of them do.
None of them do. I would say maybe Matthew Lillard is like he's not a baseball player. Maybe I could see him maybe being a pitcher just based on like the height and the leanness.
Very lean, but no, none of them look like the outfielder who jumped over the fence with the ball and he caught it over. By the way, that's a home run. That's weird that you would know, like you would know about the Cape League, but you wouldn't know like if you jump over and you fall in the stands and your feet hit, that's a home run. That's like you should know the rules of the game.
But a sidebar before we watch this scene of Wilmer Valderrama finally like succumbing to his base carnal desires. Did you know that they cast a lot of baseball players in this movie? The majority of the people who are actually out on the field for the baseball scenes,
the other people,
they're actual baseball players. So they had real baseball players on there, and I would imagine some of them are probably like, "Hey, this isn't right. Something feels off about this game. This isn't this isn't how it would go down." And the director and the producing team, I would imagine, were just like, "No, we're making this movie the way we want to make this movie."
Yeah, there was definitely a baseball guy on the umpire I know is one of those one of the umpires the kid gets what's his name? Dunn gets into it with.
Yep.
That guy is a sports director. So you think he would have like tapped the director on the shoulder and been like, "Hey, these things not realistic, just a heads up." But I'm sure the guy looked at him and said, "Hey, I wrote this thing. This is my baby.
This is my movie."
Yeah.
How about you get out of my summer catch? You get out of here. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Now, so this scene, we got Wilmer Valderrama finally succumbing to his carnal desires.
Yes.
Again, too late in the movie.
With Beverly D'Angelo.
Fun cameo, Beverly D'Angelo, uncredited. I would imagine she did not want to have any credit in this movie.
No.
Here you go. You got the classic porny music going on.
Let's talk.
But also like kind of off porn
Baseball.
music.
Yeah.
Is a game full.
It's not enough to make you feel uncomfortable when you're watching with your parents.
Right.
Because your body knows what's going on. You know, Pavlov's dog and all, but it's enough to get you
Pavlov's dong.
Exactly.
Starts drooling.
No, I know.
Your
Yes.
dick starts drooling whenever you hear these like slow drum beats. Okay. So she's eating grapes. There's a lot of
You can tell your own
sound
stories.
effects going on.
He, by the way, has made a career on doing that, not acting, not saying a word. His whole career.
Pretty good.
Awesome. Good for you if you can get it.
Yep. Beverly D'Angelo, she's ready to
Really?
fuck.
See the basket at the end of the bed.
Here we go. Classic joke. Ready.
Hand me
3,
the cucumber.
2. There we go. And see, everything in this movie is just a hair off.
Yeah.
Like they didn't cut to his reaction quick enough.
Yes.
Everything just feels like it's a little too slow.
Yeah, it's delayed. Everything's delayed.
Everything's delayed. And the crazy part is right after this. So they cut to, of course, they're not going to show Beverly D'Angelo shoving a cucumber inside herself.
Absolutely.
Because this is a PG-13. This is a family movie.
Yeah.
All right. This is a movie you feel comfortable about watching with your family.
Absolutely.
But right after that scene, they cut to the bar and this is my favorite scene of the whole movie, just because of how all over the place it is tonally within one scene. It encapsulates the entirety of the movie for me. They're sitting there, and Dunn's been sort of down and out, and so we're kind of avoiding his storyline for a minute. We got Wilmer Valderrama. He's like, finally, he gave her the cucumber, and then they cut to the bar, and it's all the baseball players like, the whole thing? It was the whole thing? And he's like, yeah, it was great. And which, okay, now I have questions, which is like, what did he do with the cucumber? Was he involved? Was his penis involved?
Yeah.
Did he actually have sex with Beverly D'Angelo, or did he just watch her diddle herself with a cucumber?
Yeah, very fair point.
Which also, then why is everybody like, oh, great job, dude. You really knew how to watch and jerk off at the same time. Good job.
Grab her produce. Way to go. Way to get it from the kitchen for her.
And then we have another classic joke right after that where it's Matthew Lillard like, I was over at her house earlier and she made me a cucumber salad.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, there was fluid on that cucumber.
It is every low-hanging fruit. They didn't leave any fruit on the ground in this movie.
No, there's no fruit on the ground.
None.
They picked all the rotten fruit up off the ground.
And used it.
Yeah.
And made a shitty apple pie.
So then, I mean, to add to the shitty apple pie, we got some more great Granny Smith droppings coming out in this scene. Because right after they're like, I ate a pussy cucumber.
Yeah.
They start going like, well, at least she was hot, not fat, right? And then they
Yeah.
start making these like super base level fat jokes where they're like, she's so fat, blah, blah, blah. Like yo mama fat jokes, like schoolyard level fat jokes. And doing a whole bunch of fat shaming. When over the course of the movie, we know there's a baseball player who's been like fucking a fat girl. And by the way, by today's standards,
not fat.
She's not even fat.
No,
she's like she's like Ashley Graham level fat. She's like plus size model fat.
Yeah,
great tits. Good, not so bad. Everything is just like this is like a normal human being's body.
But that was 2001. That was low rise jeans.
Right.
I mean, we were judging everybody. You know, I know myself.
Yeah.
I was watching my weight. It was tough times.
Yeah, there's no way she can be like Jessica Biel and have a swimsuit where the thong is pulled up almost to the bottom of her tits.
Yeah.
You know?
No, absolutely.
Is this the scene from the movie? Oh my God. I sure hope it is. Yeah.
Bad. She wore high heels, she strike oil.
Beautiful.
Okay. What the one fat chick say to the other fat chick?
What?
Who cares? They're fat.
Which is just...
It's a lazy punchline.
It's so lazy.
They're like mopeds. Fun to ride. Just do what your friends see you doing.
Matthew, and yep, okay, here we go.
You know what? I got something to say. Hey!
The best scene of the whole movie.
Excuse me. Everybody's attention for 1 minute. Here's something I need to say to everybody.
I don't know why you got to say this to
My name's
everybody.
The
Miles
Bohica
Dowry.
shirt.
And I am tired of living a lie.
Okay.
I need it to be known
Okay.
that I like a big girl. In fact, a large, zoftig, voluptuous,
There's no way
full-figured,
he knows
big
what
boned,
any of these words
massive
mean.
ass
No.
Honey, that is what really gets me going.
Who
I
says
like fat
zoftig?
women, and they like me. Anybody got a problem with that?
And then we cut to a fat girl right now on the left. Absolutely don't have a problem with that. Everybody applauds this man.
Yes.
How brave. Oh, here we go. I didn't even think they would have this. It's a shame. They cut out the part where he's reading her a poem about how
being
fat she is.
Yeah.
Which is
Not nice. It's not a nice poem.
we can cut this clip from here because they're just showing off. Yeah, he's reading her a poem. I'm so sad they cut out the audio because this is. I would love to know this side of the story. This is a girl who's like she's got so much confidence in who she is that she wrote a poem about being fat that she makes all the men she sleeps with read to her before they have sex.
Yeah.
That's got multitudes in there. I want
Yeah.
to see that story.
Yeah, that's a backstory we would be more interested in. The little girl picking out a mascot for the Chatham A's.
It's so all why is that even a subplot? Why do they have this whole subplot where it's literally everybody yelling at a little girl like, "Hey, you fucking suck with your costume."
Yeah, you're cosplaying. Fuck you. It's very aggressive. Drunk people. It's the only time they liked her was when she was a drunk fighter.
My God, yeah, and it says a lot about this movie.
It says a lot about this movie.
This movie is barely watchable, even if you are super drunk, I would imagine.
I imagine if you watch this on a flight, you'd start praying for the plane to crash. You would be like, take me down right now. I can't. This is horrible.
So we got to wrap up the movie. We haven't even
Absolutely.
gotten to the end of the movie because we got distracted like the whole movie did.
Yeah,
with
this
this
was a
whole
great-
sex subplot. What happens to our star pitcher guy is he lights a press box on fire.
Yeah.
As you do.
Yeah.
You know.
When you're young.
You know what you do. You light a match when there's a light on and you can
Yeah.
see everything that's inside and you just want to see a little bit extra.
Mm-hmm. Fuck Edison.
That's what you do. Fuck Edison, exactly. And then they kick him out. He gets sent home because he burned down the press box in the souvenir stand.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will try and fucking light things on fire. That's us. Just guys being guys, dude. And Ryan Dunn becomes the star pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
He gets pulled out of being on the bench. He gets pulled out of the bullpen to get the start for this like game that I don't know. I don't even know where it is in the season. I guess it's about to be the playoffs. It doesn't seems like
give
it's
you an
kind of-
idea.
Yeah, it doesn't really give. We don't really have an idea.
No.
We don't know where in the summer it is. Everything's all over the place. He's already been down and out. His relationship with Jessica Biel's on the rocks because her rich dad was like, "You can't date her, or else you're gonna take away all of your dad's business."
Yeah.
And it's so convoluted. I can't even try and get into it. I demand that you don't watch this movie to even try and understand what we're talking about because
don't.
you don't need to put yourself through it. My brain, I'm getting a headache thinking about trying to make sense of this movie.
I got CTE watching this thing. For sure.
I think I did too. I think
brutal.
I need to get an MRI after this. So he has this whole scene where he finally like finds his pitch.
Yeah, he gets himself.
He gets himself and he starts having a no-hitter. Starts to throw a really, really hard game, really good game. And you're a baseball player.
Yeah.
You know this is an incredibly difficult feat.
Yes.
What position did you play by?
I was a pitcher.
You're a pitcher, so
Yes.
Did you ever get a no-hitter?
I threw a few.
See, there you go. See, and you're better than Ryan Dunn, clearly. So all of a sudden, this sequence goes down where Ryan Dunn, and we'll watch this. We'll put a little commentary on afterwards.
By the way, you don't leave a no-hitter.
Of course not.
Oh, this is him screaming at the umpire. This is when he melts down.
Oh, is it?
I had a moment like this at Comiskey Park where I gave up a grand slam in Comiskey Park.
Oh, yeah.
So I've lived this. I've lived this part of it.
I'm down to watch the meltdown.
By the way, Kurt Gowdy, who called Super Bowl I, is not in this world, is not working on ESPN. He's not working on Fox. He's not doing anything. You know where he's at? He's at the Cape League calling play-by-play for college kids.
That's where you go.
That's where you go when you're Kurt Gowdy.
Hey, Cape Cod people got a lot of money.
That's true. I want Gowdy calling my kid's game.
Having a meltdown.
His brother, who's like 20 years older than him, his coach just casually smoking in the dugout.
Oh, my God. I
Brian
forgot about
Dennehy.
this scene.
Oh, that's a great sign if you're a coach, by the way. I coached baseball, too. That's a great sign if you go out there and you're pitcher. That's what I like. If I'm going to have a comedy show, I want to see a comic who's a shell of themselves mid-show. That's a good thing.
I love this. I love seeing somebody melt down. I love seeing like a good old shout out to anybody who I've ever seen melt down and yell at people during a show and then get banned from a venue.
Yes.
Not to name names.
No, there's too many. Even there.
Classic joke.
Yeah.
Talking like kids, poo poo in your panties.
Mm-hmm. The angry dad point. Now, here's the weird thing about him. He's pooping on the panties, and then he's distraught. He's distraught. That doesn't exist in a person unless they're bipolar.
Yep.
Get him some meds.
So here we go.
Here we go.
He's gonna pitch. He can't do it.
Not bad form for an actor. I will say that. Not bad form for an actor. He did his best to try. Oh, that's the worst feeling, too, when you're a pitcher and you throw it nowhere near home plate. Because, remember, home plate never moves.
Right.
And, like, you're supposed to be good at this, especially, like, the college level. Mm-hmm. So right there, in real life, he'd just be yelling. No teammate is like that. We would punch him in the face.
That guy's the worst. This is the other thing, too, is they make this whole scene about, like, he got into it with the umpire, but that's it. That's the only interaction with the umpire that happens. He's just like, come on, man.
Yeah. Come on! Really dramatic. I liked it.
So now we see, he lost his mojo, but later on he gets it back.
Yeah.
But he's going through a lot of turmoil in his personal life. And Jessica Biel's he's given up on her, and she's like told her dad like, I love him and I'm gonna be with him.
Yeah, he sends her off to San Francisco.
But I gotta go to San Francisco. So she shows up at the game. He's throwing a no-hitter. And he knows it. Everybody knows it, but they're not talking about it because baseball superstition.
We are.
It's what you do.
Yeah.
And here he goes. He's getting ready. He sees her.
By the way, he looks like he's in his dad's sleeves. Hank Aaron scouting.
That can't be right. It's not. I got 96.
I understand Hank Aaron not being able to act though. He's a baseball player.
Yeah.
So like,
But
but it's sad that it fits in this movie.
Here we go. Yeah. Classic baseball sounds. You got you whoosh, the thwap.
Yeah.
11 strikeouts. There you go.
Yeah.
Good job, Rye.
Yeah.
I like this. See? This is fun. His burnout friends are throwing things up.
Yeah. Their whole life depends on this too. They got a lot riding on this.
Everybody. This is all they have.
Yeah.
All right. But now, because she has to leave right now.
Yeah. Gotta go. Can't wait 5 minutes.
Are we witnessing something special? I don't think in the special that you're looking for. We're witnessing something real bad. So by the way, how can he see her get into the car? It's completely out of his sight line from the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
And now we have this weird choice to do like these flashbacks in black and white
of her being good looking. Which is really what it comes down to.
Just him breathing heavily.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm getting so horny right now. I can't pitch. All the blood's rushing out of my hands and into my cack. And they call time.
These guys randomly, this is a weird.
Totally. The one black guy they have in all of Massachusetts, on all of Cape Cod.
You okay? I love her. Oh. Okay. Well, I love her too. But let's get 2 more outs, okay? Come on, kid. Get up. Hey, Knight, wake up, man. Get out of here.
None of this makes sense.
No, yeah. Come out here with no warm-up pitches.
Also, by the way, they have this reliever. They have this closer. Why haven't they used him the entire movie? There have been plenty of times where they should have brought in the reliever.
During his meltdown.
Yeah.
His meltdown. In the 9th inning, he's down. He's blowing it. And you don't go, hey, we got this closer sleeping over here. Let's wake him up. Get this kid a W. Let him feel good about himself. No, that's bad coaching.
So, here we go.
Listen, Fatty here can't touch a slider. And my man
Again, fat shaming. Back to
Yep.
it.
Enjoy.
You love a good fat shame.
Got to in the 2000s.
Especially also, baseball players are some of the most likely to be fat and still be athletic.
As a baseball player, yes, I can speak to this personally. Yes.
David Ortiz, Bartolo Colon.
Sexy.
Yeah, I love it.
Got to. He didn't even know where to leave the field, and then he does the eye roll. What was that girly eye roll?
I don't understand.
There wasn't like a director on set who said, "Don't do that. Do it again. Just don't do that. We're gonna shoot again. Don't do that."
I still don't get why everyone's cheering for him.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're cheering for exactly.
I don't think they do.
Are they cheering for him? Are they cheering because they might win the game? They're putting in a new pitcher.
Yeah.
And after the scene, he goes to the airfield, and she's about to get on this private plane, this charter plane.
Casablanca.
Very Casablanca.
Yeah.
And she stops getting on, and he's like, "I love you," and she's like, "I love you too." Oh my God, let's be together. And then the car pulls up, and they're like, "Hey, we got the no-hitter. He pulled it off." Yes. And then what's the doctor? The guy who plays the guy? What's his fucking name? John McGinley. He's also uncredited in this movie.
Probably by request.
Yeah. He knows. He knows that this is going to hurt his chances of continuing to star on Scrubs being in this movie.
Yeah. He drives there and offers a contract to Mr. Dunn.
Is that how it goes down?
Yeah, he pulls up because he knew he was going to be on the tarmac.
Yep.
That's what that's good scouting. You know where he's going to be, when he's going to be there. He gets there, and that's what the Yankees approve. That's what teams like that approve. Top scouts get the prospects wherever they are, be it a tarmac or a baseball field.
You can tell he's a top scout because he's wearing suspenders.
Yeah, I was just
nobody else wearing suspenders.
No,
all these other scrubs.
Scrubs, man. What are you wearing, a belt?
Ugh,
2000 and late.
Absolutely not. All right. so that's how the movie wraps up. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. There is a
Oh.
post-credit sequence
Mhm.
where Ryan Dunn gets pulled out to pitch his first major league game,
Yes.
and he throws, and Ken Griffey Jr.'s at bat,
Yes.
and Ken Griffey Jr. gets a homer on his first pitch off of Ryan Dunn. And everybody at the bar like cheers and claps watching their hometown boy get shellacked by Ken Griffey Jr. And then like the last shot of the movie is Ryan just looking at the camera and being like, "Wow, that's baseball.
My life."
Whoa." And then just credits roll. This is I have a headache. I hate that I had to think this much about this movie, Adam.
Because it's so simple. It should have been so simple.
It should have been.
But they made it so bad.
What do you think is the most important thing to focus on in this movie? If
you're trying to enjoy it?
If you could remake the movie and do just like, we're going to focus on one subplot and do that really well and make that the actual like crux of the movie. It's got to be the baseball.
I was
thing,
gonna say
right?
it's gonna be baseball. It's gonna be, you got the Cape League. It's a real league out there. It's a real, you could talk about. There's so many actual stories in sports that you don't need to add this other stuff. But it's generally what you get when you see directors who like sports, but they never played them or they weren't really in them. Is they feel like, oh well, we need to add something for this person, and I think that's what they get in trouble to. If you're gonna make a sports movie, just make a sports movie.
Right.
Just make Rudy.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. We watch Rudy. People still chant Rudy. You can't be named Rudy and not be annoyed by that movie.
Right.
And it's just about a guy from Joliet, Illinois going to Notre Dame. It's so simple. They don't, I mean, do they have little love stories? Yeah, but they're not, it's not the focus. It's
Right.
just, yeah, there was drama going on at his house. Back to the football. Back to his journey. They could have done that. If they were trying to do a comedy, they could have had it then just be more the bar scene with baseball as an afterthought.
Right. It's just, it's too all over the place. This movie could have been a few separate movies.
Yeah,
But for some
absolutely.
reason, they decided to smash it all together into this horrible melange of nonsense. And I'm so glad that it's impossible to find this movie.
Yes.
I'm so glad you can't find it.
You have to rent this and waste $3 like I did yesterday because I haven't watched it in so long. I actually paid the money. Was like, all right, $3. I'll do that. I'll do that. Oh goodness,
What a mistake.
no, it's great because tonight when my lady gets home, I'm gonna force her to watch this because she made the mistake of saying, "Oh, I haven't seen that in so long." I'm like, okay, gotcha. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna see it twice in 2 days.
Oh,
I'm
baby, tell you
choking
what,
this down.
you're missing out.
Yeah.
What a chance. I will say that although I actively despise this movie, and I am so mad at you that you made me watch this, this does not affect our personal relationship.
Oh, thank you.
And I
Thank
still
you.
love you as a human being.
Thank you. I love
and
you
I
too.
appreciate you bringing this to my attention.
Yes.
I want to, if the listeners somehow manage to seek out this movie, where can they come to complain to you about it on social media?
Come to me at Adam Martinez Comedy on Instagram. That will be the best way to find me. Just hit me up in the DMs and let me know that movie sucked, and I will agree with you. We can talk about it in the messages.
Oh my God. You can find me at Diet J on Twitter and Instagram, jlightcomedy.com for show dates and info. And if you like the podcast, subscribe on Patreon, tell a friend, go to the Facebook group. All that good stuff's in the show notes. Adam, thanks so much for coming on, dude.
Thank you for having me, brother.
This has been Blockbusting. Go see something good for a change.